Hello, students. So, this is your RG sir. First of all, I am very, very happy to be back in this online platform because I firmly believe that this is a very, very strong platform where if a teacher really wants to connect, he can connect with so many students and it can benefit so many students. And at the very outset, let me make it very, very clear. I don't have any intention of making money through this. This is just because I really want to reach so many students, help them, help those students who are struggling a lot because the exam time is almost very much nearby and it's already through September and you know uh, in 3 months. Let's say if you are a class 12 student, in 3 months you're going to sit for the first JEE session, and even the NEET exam is not very far. And say if you are class 11 student, then I think you must be already on the verge of completing your 11th standard syllabus. So the faculties or the teachers must be rushing through the syllabus to complete. So there are places, there are chances that you may not follow, you may not understand what is being taught in the classroom. So I thought I would just come as a help. So if you can make time to watch these videos, I may try to help as much as possible. And one more thing is, let's first talk one by one. Let's say, suppose if you are a class 12 student, okay. So if you are a class 12 student, then I think the two main issues that you should be facing. One, I believe, is uh, your backlog. So many students might not have got a good opportunity to study in your class 11. Maybe you might have been very casual during your class 11 that you did not pay attention, you did not pay enough focus to your 11th standard syllabus. But then now you get to know that your class 11 and class 12, they are not two different and separate entities, but they are just one thing in continuation. So if you have not understood certain chapters which were taught in the class 11, then I think you must be going through a very hard phase now in class 12. Okay, so this is one elephant in the room that we have to address. And the second thing I believe is since many of you must be preparing for your competitive exams, there is a chance that you might be struggling to how to present in the descriptive exams, right? Because you might know all the concepts, but then when a question is asked, you must know how to collect all the important keywords, put them all together, and present them in a way that would fetch you the full marks that is required for the course. So these two things, and the third thing, if I may add, is the numericals. So how to solve them very quickly. Sometimes, the question is so big, so long that you really don't know how to assimilate all the data, how to correlate them, how to, apply the formula. So, and how to apply log, anti-log, how to arrive at the answer. Sometimes you don't even have to solve the question. You can even eliminate the options and get to the right answer, very quickly. So there are a lot of aspects, but I believe that these three things are the major challenges that any present 12 student must be going through. Now, if I have to talk about the class 11th, so this class 11th, I think already you must be on the verge of syllabus completion, as I said earlier. So the one thing is concept understanding. So it is not simply about memorizing the exceptions. In fact, my students already know that I hate this word exception because there is nothing called exception. Behind every exception, there is actually some logic. And once you start following the logic, then you know everything will fall into the places automatically. You don't have to memorize them. Okay. So I generally don't encourage my students to remember them as exceptions, but rather see the logic behind every exception. So this, if you are probably in the 11th standard, I really want you to build this attitude in you to delve deep and see why it is called an exception. What is the logic that is operating from the background? Okay, so this is number one. And number two, again, as I said for the class 12 presentation, and also I would add, question practice. Because class 11 you deal with many important physical chemistry chapters. And also one more important thing is your class 11 and class 12. Both these are having almost equal weightage for your JEE. And for NEET also, they are almost equally important. So there is no point in simply studying the class 12 syllabus, boycotting all your class 11. And by the way, if you don't understand class 11, class 12 is definitely going to be a mess. So come on, what are we going to do in this? Okay. So let me reveal you the agenda as well. So for the 11 students, I am planning to start with thermodynamics. So I would be making different sessions for the 11th and the 12th, and I would be making notes as well. And I would try to explain as much as possible, provided I get enough number of subscribers and looking at all your comments and feedback. That is going to be a motivation for me to come on YouTube live sessions as well. So this all depends on how much support and encouragement you're giving from the viewer side. And for the class 12th, yes, I am going to start once again from the GOC, General Organic Chemistry. So I know if you have not read this GOC properly, definitely you are going to have a hard time in memorizing, and solving questions in organic in 12th standard. So even this GOC, I am planning to start from the chemical bonding basics. Okay, so we will start from what do you call the sigma, what is sigma bond, what is pi bond, what is VBT theory, how hybridization came as an annexure to the VBT. So how do you apply this concept of hybridization? So from there we start and we will move on to arrow pushing mechanism. So how to draw the resonating structures. That gives us enough practice, because otherwise looking at any mechanism would look like reading Greek and Latin. So where you get that practice is from drawing these arrow pushing mechanisms. So all this we are going to do, not like a one shot series, but in a very periodic manner, in a very gradually, day by day. We will allot some time for this GOC. Similarly, for the 11th standard, we will allot some time for thermodynamics. This way, we will try to do some justice to these two chapters and complete them, and then we will move on to the next chapters. Okay, so this is all for today. So I just came to just knock all your doors and say I'm here, I'm back, and I'm really very happy to again share this YouTube platform with all of you. Do subscribe and do tell all your friends so that this benefits a maximum student population. Okay, thank you, students, and thank you so much. With all love, your RG sir.